Hello, my dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Paradise. I'm Ismat. In the past, all the religious prophets that came to earth, they came with a message, a warning. Okay, that warning is that the earth is going to turn to hell. And they have explained it different way, and in this video I explain in details what they were pointing to. So they brought us a warning and they brought us guidance. These guidance are very important for us to find our light. You may ask, okay, so why were there so many different prophets? The first time the prophet came, whatever the knowledge they brought us, that knowledge over the time as it got transferred, mostly it got transferred through preaching, and rather than someone doing their own work into the text, it became a cultural aspects, and then that people, like any story that gets transferred from one person to another, and by the time it gets to 10 years, the story does not have the same form as it was in its original. Similarly, the concept of religion got manipulated, and so many things were added to the original message. People strayed away from the originality, the original truth of these messages. Therefore, the universe had to send another prophet saying, hey, you guys are going in the wrong path. This is not what I said. This is not what is the message of God. Another prophet came. So what happened this time? This prophet came another 1,000 years later. Things change over time. We evolve. We are not doing the same thing we did 5,000 years ago, or even 1,000 years ago, or even 200 years ago. When this new prophet came, the second prophet came, at that time things were different. Different culture, different ways, dwellings, different ways of living. So therefore, what the message that the second prophet was giving, it is the same message, but it's given by what's given in their surroundings. So that's why these messages seems different. But if you really look into the doctrine and compare the messages of the second prophet, and you compare the messages of the first, so you'll see that it is talking about the same thing. It is the warning and the guidelines that they brought. It's all about for humanity find their way back to their light. When we come to earth, the purpose of our journey into earth is to know experientially that we are the light. We were pure light of God, pure light and energy. That was the pure positive. This consciousness was absolute, that this is the pure consciousness of God. Then when God created all the negative of what's purity, all the impure or the negative consciousness. Now, the absolute is no longer absolute because there is another absolute that exists, which is the negative. Now, the original that was the just absolute is right now is a positive, and the new consciousness that has been created, that is negative. So everything that was positive, a opposite was created, and it's written in your doctrine. So let me give you an example. The opposite of love is hate. So God was what? All pure. That means God was love, compassion, kindness, great, magnificent, powerful, strong, all those virtues of greatness, purity. Then when God created a negative consciousness, this is also known as Satan in religion. So this negative consciousness is opposite of all the pure virtues of God. And so opposite of love is hate. Opposite of compassion is cruelty or selfishness. And opposite of kindness is cruelty. Opposite of joy is sorrow. So everything that is on earth right now, it's in a dyad form. If there is up, there's down, there's long and there's short. So everything is in a dyad form. We came here on earth to know who we truly are as light, to have that experience. In concept, we knew that we are light, but to know that we are light in experience, we had to go through the darkness, and that's why God created dark energy, or the satanic energy. We came to earth, God gave us free will, and so we dived into these dark energies with our free will. Because God gave us that free will, we have to make this choice to come back to our light. God does not force us. If God actually could force us, we did not need a second prophet, a third prophet, and fourth prophet, and so on. God could have just made us believe whatever God wanted, but God gave us a free will. That's why on earth we all have a free will, but that free will comes with the responsibility. Let's say you did something negative to someone. Did that make you feel good or miserable? And if the answer is miserable, that means that you know your default state is light. The reason you felt miserable is because you are light. That's where you belong. Your identity is that you are light. When you felt miserable, that means you wanted to come back to your light, and that is when you went to your mosque or to your temple, and you prayed to God, say, God, please give me the peace. Okay, I am seeking peace. So that is when God sends you help. Right now, this has become the concept that in order to find God, you need to go to mosque, to temple. Actually, the temple is inside us. That mosque is inside us. We need to go to our inner temple. That's where God is. Okay, we don't need to really go on the outside. God is not on the outside. God is within us. How is that? Because we are soul. What is soul? Soul is a spirit that was in heaven, was one spirit. That spirit came into a smaller form, formatted into so-called soul. That soul was divided into two. That God is within us in a smaller form. So everything that we're experiencing on this earth right now, it was our free will. Remember, whose free will? God, because that God is inside you. It was God's free will. I am the God, this God's free will to come into this negative, to dive into the negative. It has to also be my will in order for me to come back to my light. I know that this is where I belong. I belong in heaven. I came from there. That's where I belong. So, and if you condemn the darkness, saying, oh, this is bad, or you condemn yourself, you keep condemning yourself, say, I am bad, I'm not good, I am a bad person. This doesn't help, because what you are doing, you are continue to experience this darkness. Instead of that, you will be saying that, okay, I have gone through this darkness. It made me realize that this is not what I want. This is not what's making me happy. This is not what's making me joyous. I don't belong into this negativity. I belong into peace. The moment you do that, then God will provide with many opportunities for you, so that you choose. These opportunities will be very negative in nature. Okay, God will be putting all these challenges in your path, so that you choose to stay calm and gracefully accept these challenges, knowing that, you know what, there is something that I need to learn from them, rather than being sucked into this negative energy and saying that, oh, my life sucks, why am I going through this, does God hate me? No, everything is happening in your life so that because you asked for that peace, remember, then you need to choose peace and not all this negativity, saying this is not peace. When you are saying, why is it happening, you are frustrated, you are angry, you're not choosing peace. You are still choosing frustration. You're choosing anger over peace. So when you say that you are looking for peace and you ask God for peace, when these challenges come, know that it's time for you to choose that peace. Okay, that is your opportunity. And I came in my past lifetime as Jesus. I said, I am the way. What was the way? What was he displaying? He was displaying the virtues of God, everything that is the virtues of God. In order for you to find who you are, that virtues of God needs to be displayed by you. All that God virtues is inside you. You need to display that. You need to bring it into your being with your deeds and actions. You don't need a leader. You don't need to follow me. You don't need to follow anyone. If you are following a religion, I would like to also say that you don't even need religion. If you truly go within, you don't need anything from the outside, because you are connecting directly with God. Because we are so busy with our outside world, so God puts this on the outside, saying that, okay, do yoga, baptize yourself. These are the physical aspects of how can you raise your vibration, because it's all about vibration. We are energy. When we dive into the negative experiences, what happens is our vibration becomes lower. This is dark energy, therefore it's heavy and it keeps us down. Okay, and light energy, on the other hand, makes you lighter, feel lighter and happier, joyous. That's why in another sense, an angel can fly, because you are not being pulled down by this energy, the dark energy. Right now, with our conscious choosing, when we choose love, we choose compassion, we choose kindness with one another, okay, toward one another. What we are choosing to create the paradise. We are creating this paradise. The way it works is that, the ascension or the rapture, this is what it is all about. When we prepare ourselves, or we come into that, we bring heaven on earth, we come into that purity and bring the heaven on earth. That means we have created that in our mind. And who are we? We are the creator. God is the creator. God is the supreme creator that created everything. We are a part of that God, the spirit, remember, in a soul form. Therefore, we are also creator. So we are creating that new earth or the paradise with our elevated vibration, with our choosing to do the deeds of love, compassion, kindness, and all that greatness that we are. A true master wishes to see all of his students become the master like himself or herself. So you don't need a leader. You are your own master. You are your own leader in your life, and you are God. Believe that, and everything will be possible for you. If you have enjoyed this presentation, please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon below. I'll be seeing you soon. I love you all.